Hi, so my setup is a bit different than usual. Well, as usual as two videos have been. Um, because it's really rainy at the moment and it means it's overcast and the lighting is horrible. So I'm sitting really close to the window and I have things leaning on things and my background didn't fit in. So I'm just using this cutting board, cutting mat. So I'm going to do a bullet journal plan with me for my monthly. The surprise is for my birthday, I'm going to, at least I plan on going to a bowling alley. And what the Beck, they made a spread for December that was black with like neon abstract shapes. And I really, really loved that idea. I've really wanted to do a blackout spread, so here we go. Um, I really don't know where I'm starting or what I'm going to do, but yeah, I bought this pack of like Moonlight jelly rolls literally like a few hours ago. I was really excited to do this, and then I saw these stickers and I was like, perfect. Okay, so I use my bullet journal monthly spread very similar to my normal monthly spread. It's just to keep appointments and make sure when I'm on the go, if I need to write down an appointment, I can do that. Or if I just quickly want to reference something, I can. So let's jump into it. Hi, so now I am going into voiceover mode because I was a bit silly and okay, I wasn't silly. It was just this was a bit of a hot mess plan with me. Things just kept on going wrong, and this will be super long if I don't speed it up. So here I'm just swatching the colors. They are beautiful. I absolutely love them. They dry like paint, and it's actually really beautiful to see it. And they also dry a bit opaque. They dry a bit more opaque than they were when they were wet. Okay, this is the second time I'm recording this voiceover, and I'm not going to do it again. So just please deal with me rambling and trying to get used to like recording a voiceover because this is really strange for me and not what I had planned on doing at all. So yeah, they also take quite a bit to dry, so I'm going to probably have some smudging happening, but all of that kind of gets fixed by just putting a bit of black jelly roll on top. You know, kind of like using a white gel pen in a normal spray to like fix things. But yeah, so here I'm just waiting for it to dry. I'm going to explain a bit in the beginning and then I'll go into my normal rambling. Here I'm just quickly testing a Uniball Signo white gel pen to see if it was brighter than the Jelly Roll white, and because I don't have the broad one, it wasn't brighter, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just taking it out of the planner because I think it'll be easier to draw everything in with it without the discs. So that's the great thing about the discs. You can take things out. And here is where things started to go wrong. I started writing December. And in the original like clip, I was talking about December the whole time, even though this is January, this is for my birthday. Like This really frustrated me, but just using the magical black pen to cover it all up, and it's working. I also decided to do a voiceover because write, writing and drawing while talking is so difficult. And then I stopped talking after a while, and then a while after that, like my dad got a phone call, and like things just got noisy. And on the original clip, there was just um, birds in the background, which sounded really nice, but me also being out of breath, me fainting at one point. Like I said, I was really struggling, but I was really excited to do this, and I was sitting very awkwardly, which is part of why I fainted. Like, kind of fainted. I was to the point of blacking out, no pun intended. This is a blackout spread. Um, but like I kind of like caught myself. You know, like when you get up too fast, that kind of happened to me. So yeah, I'm writing January and I'm still being frustrated because I'm not getting things perfect, which is funny because I used to be quite pedantic about things being perfect. Then I started my bullet journal and like I kind of started getting better at things not needing to be perfect. And then I started concentrating on my art more, and then I really got to the point where I could be like, I need to produce this art. If it doesn't turn out perfect, at least it's something and I've learned something along the way. So with that, I started becoming less perfectionistic. Is that a word? I don't know. And then I started doing crafts with my nephew. He is 3 years old now. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just putting down the stickers I found, just putting them where they fit. So yeah, I started doing crafts with my nephew, and now I'm the one reminding everyone else not to be perfectionistic about it. It's really funny. Um, my mom was like, "You've really come a long way." Therapy also helps. Yeah. So now I'm outlining the January in green because green is my favorite color, of course. I kind of am going for like the neon light things. I actually used to have a neon phase where I like would just want to wear anything neon, and everything I had I wanted to be neon. When I was like 11 or 12, I think that's the only time I was ever like into very like um I want to say in things. I tend to go for the alternative, unfashionable type. I want to say aesthetic, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this takes quite a while. Um, I do have some writing down. I have written some things down that I want to talk about. Some things that I had originally talked about in the video, but I cut it out because, first of all, my heavy breathing, which might still be in this voiceover. Yay! And then the birds, and it was just, ugh. And I am actually I'm recording this voiceover in my bedroom and not where I usually film because our neighbors got dogs. Now we live in complexes, so the complex opposite ours, someone in the complex got dogs, and the place is not big enough for the dogs, and the people are away the whole day. So the dogs are constantly barking at everything and anything going past them. Now, I love dogs. I absolutely love dogs. But when you're trying to record things and you're trying to sit and work, a dog barking the whole time can get quite annoying. And the thing is, I know they're barking because they're being neglected. So that it really, really bothers me. Like, I'm not mad at the dogs, I'm mad at the owners. Um, so yeah, little rant over. And now I'm filling in where I had drawn or written in with the white, with yellow, because the white wasn't popping enough for me. And I really like how that turned out. It just made it look more neon-like. Um, I got these stickers at like a Crazy Store. It's like a local dollar store or Dollar Tree or whatever, where things are like really cheap. Um, and when I saw it, I was actually buying my mom's Christmas present, and I was like, I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to buy these stickers and I'm going to use them for this spread. And I'm actually thinking of going doing blackout spreads for at least the first quarter of this year because I've still got quite a few of these stickers left, and um some of them will work really nice for February. I really want to do a unicorn theme for June, but we'll see if I'm still doing blackout spreads by then. I'll see how useful it is doing a blackout spread for my everyday carry. But yeah, here I'm just writing in the days of the week. Still trying to do that like neon type, there's neon signs. So like I'm trying to leave spaces and not like overlap things and stuff to like make it look more like a real neon sign. So I'm first writing it in white. And if you hear any creaking, that's my bed because I like to sit in my bed and work. That's what I do. I've probably already apologized for it, but this weird warping thing, that's because I'm filming this on a couch. This I've actually now moved a table to the lounge that is like my designated filming area, where I've also been sitting and editing videos. So it's right by the window, and I can actually sit on a chair, so things should be better like that. Now I'm picking my colors, one for each day of the week. I chose um the reddish color, orange, yellow, light green, green, blue, and purple. Um, what did I want to talk about? I'm kind of like getting ahead of myself because, like I said, I've never done a voiceover before. Well, actually, I have. It's a video that you will probably never see, but I filmed myself painting a picture from a book of a ballerina, doing the ballet of the Firebird, and then I sped that up and did voiceover on it, telling the story of the Firebird. The Firebird is a Russian mythological creature. Yeah, and I just when I a long time ago when I was like really getting into gaming and stuff, I wanted to get a gaming name because gaming under my name, first of all, people can be sexist because my name is female sounding, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so I found Firebird. So my gaming name is F1R3B1RD 3, Firebird 3. And then I really loved that. And then I started making a business to sell handmade jewelry I was making. I've started many businesses in my life that haven't gone anywhere. This is the first time I'm actually getting money and doing things and having clients, and it's amazing. But yeah, um, I made a business, if you want to call it that, called Fiber Jewelry or something like that. And like I even made a logo of like a Firebird. I actually used like one of those logo generators and then like put it into my own style and yeah, real small baby steps that got me to where I am today. Um, and then in I think June of 2018, I was being encouraged by my now ex-partner to pursue like making a career out of my art and my bullet journal stuff and all that. And I came up with the name Frankie, and I absolutely love that name. Um, and then I just combined Firebird Frankie, and like I really love that name. Like, yeah. So I I made social media accounts for like all the platforms with that name. And then on the 11th of November 2018, I started posting on Instagram. So I kind of count that as the anniversary of my business. And things were slow in the beginning. At the moment, I'm struggling to keep up with everything. With everything. When I get excited, I tend to like jumble my words and stuff. Um, yeah, it's just been a really interesting journey and I've really been loving it. So here I'm just like outlining the days of the week in the rainbow because I like ordering things by rainbow. When I was little, I used to be a bit pedantic about keeping things like if I got markers in like a set, I would make sure to keep them in the order they came in, unless if they were all jumbled up. But usually they come in like a rainbow order. So I specifically would keep them in that order. And I still do that to this day. Like, even my highlighters and all that are still in their packages, like in the right order, because there's a right and a wrong order. Oh, yeah, here I actually accidentally outlined Sunday in blue, and here's my head, my huge forehead. um, I accidentally outlined it in blue, so I went over in purple. That's the great thing about these pens, because they're so opaque. If you go over it after it's dry, it's like you didn't make a mistake. So that worked. And I think now I'm going to start drawing the shapes. Oh no, now I'm making the dots. I decided for the dates, like the actual days, I'm going to make a dot with each color and then put the numbers in the dots, kind of like date dots. But I didn't want it to be like too obvious what the pattern is, so I did every second day below the. You see the pattern I'm doing here. I'm like skipping one. Yeah. So I start with the red, and there I test it out to see if the number writing the number on it will work. Then I do the orange, and then the yellow, green, blue, purple, and all that. Okay. And where did I stop a sentence? If I start a sentence and don't stop it, please let me know and I'll like finish it in the comments because that is something that drives me insane when people start explaining something and they stop because they want to say something else and they never finish the sentence, or they forget what they were going to say. Like, it drives me insane when people do that because I really want to know what they were going to say. But it also, I think part of why it drives me insane is because I know I sometimes do it. So, yeah, if that frustrates you, please tell me and I'll try and finish the sentence in the comments. Um, Actually, this morning I woke up to my first comment, my first subscriber. It was really exciting for me. Little steps. Um, I haven't even touched any of the subjects I had written down, but yeah, we're like halfway through, I think. No, more than halfway through. Okay. Um, for my birthday, so we're going to a bowling alley, and at this bowling alley, there's also a bubble tea place, and I absolutely love it. The first time I had bubble tea, it was actually more of like a bubble chocolate, and I loved it. It was a bit sweet for me, but I loved it. And then the other day, I went and got actual bubble tea, and I absolutely loved it. And it's cheaper than an iced coffee. I love iced coffee, but I'm also trying to be a bit healthier. And even though bubble tea's full of sugar and stuff, it doesn't have as much caffeine as an iced coffee. So I'm trying to, when possible, go for iced teas and, well, I'm trying to be more healthy. It's kind of working. Like, I've replaced eating chocolate, just like normal chocolate, for these almond snacks that have chocolate on it, but it's like reduced sugar and it doesn't have any milk in it, and all that. So yeah. For my birthday, not a lot of people will be going with me, I think. Um, I know like my sister, possibly her husband and her two children will come, and my mom and dad, obviously. And then I can think of two of my friends that will possibly come. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Ooh, and my face. Sorry about that. And my hair looks so greasy. Oh, yay. I was really struggling with that little piece. I really had to get in there. And like I said, I was sitting very uncomfortably. I've said that how many times now? um, so I've never really had a party for my birthday. For my 16th birthday or my 17th birthday, I had a bit of a birthday party, but it wasn't really big. Um, but I've never really had a birthday party. I just tend to spend the day with family. And when I was little, my mom and sisters would always wake me up with a microwave cake in bed. So I would have cake for breakfast. That's another thing. I do not like icing. Sometimes if the cake's really dry, a little icing's alright, but I prefer cake just like that. I don't really have a sweet tooth, except when it comes to chocolate. And then I also tend to prefer dark chocolate. So, like for my last birthday, I actually made chocolate pudding instead of making a cake, and I absolutely loved that. Um, and I also love gifts, which is also the birthday. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm drawing in the shapes. Um, so I think I've already said it in the intro, but this is totally inspired by Beck from What the Beck. They did this bowling alley floor theme, and I thought it was really awesome and really applicable. So I'm doing it in my own style, but I'm totally inspired by them. Um, and the what did I want to say now? Oopsie. I absolutely hate when it happens. Oh yeah, what I want to say is, in the comment section we were talking, and someone from the UK said the buses also tend to have these like types of patterns on them, because Beck had said that there a lot of times when they went on field trips, they the bus's seats would have these types of patterns on them. And then I was like, well, that's also a thing here in South Africa, which I never thought of Americans really having other buses when they're in school, because I'm used to that like iconic yellow school bus that you see everywhere on like pictures and movies and I don't know, things. So it was interesting to find out that they also use like a special big bus to go on a field trip or whatever. We call it outings here. Um, but yeah. Uh, so I'm just filling it with random shapes, different colors for each shape. I was talking about something. Oh, gifts. I love gifts. I've mentioned in my previous video, which I'll link up in the cards. I now know how to do that. So, well, I knew how to do that the other day when I uploaded my first video where I could use cards. So I'm now now I can link it up in the cards. So my previous video, which was my January plan with me in my everyday planner or my weekly planner, um, I mentioned I'm a gift person. I love getting gifts and I love giving gifts, but mostly getting gifts. um, so I love like this season where people like are sharing gifts and getting things for each other. I just love it. Uh, but it kind of sucks for me because my birthday is on the 23rd of January, and everyone I know, almost everyone in my family's birthday is between the 15th and the 15th of November and the 4th of December. So there's this huge chunk of birthdays, and then it's the Christmas holiday, New Year's season, and then everyone buys school supplies because our school year starts about a week before my birthday. My my once in grade 2, the first day of school was actually my birthday. That was really funny. Um and so by the time my birthday comes around, nobody has any money at all. So I've gotten used to getting school supplies, which is great. I love stationery, so getting hmm, I'm a bit picky when it comes to my stationery though, because like I know that good quality stationery can make a huge difference. Like these pens, for example. I could have gone and bought a normal pack of like pastel gel pens, and they would not have they would not shine so brightly as they do now. But yeah, so I can be a bit picky about my stationery supplies. So, but I used to hoard them. So now I tell people not to buy me stationery supplies, or if they want to get me something, it should be like on my wish list, because that's something I started doing when I got into bullet journaling. I started making a wish list so that people would know I don't need any more of I don't need more scissors. I need more white pens or whatever. So I like to be specific in my wish list about this is what I need and this is what I want. And that I feel works a bit better. I've also I mentioned I cleaned out a whole bunch of stuff out of my room. Um like 5 rubbish bags full of things have been thrown away. But with my stationery, my sister is a lecturer at the University of Johannesburg. So I actually was able to give her all the things that were still working, and she can give them to her students that, can't afford to buy the things. So a lot of pens went there, a lot of books, like lined notebooks went there. So it feels good giving it to someone that can actually use it, because I'm also very specific about the things I use. Like in college now, I like using spiral bound notebooks where you can tear out the page. It has perforated pages, so you can tear them out, and then it's already punched, so I can put them in the file folder I have, because almost all my textbooks came in file folders. You actually go to the college, print them out, and put them in the folder, which is really great because you can put your notes in the sections and, yeah, move things around. But my last two courses, which is Dreamweaver and Photoshop, are actual textbooks, but I love them for this. They made it spiral bound, and they didn't use that horrible wire O wire O binding. When I get excited, I don't know how to speak. uh, they use the spiral binding. I am and I absolutely love that. So I can't wait to get started there. Um, let's see if there's something. Oh, one thing I want to mention is I so when I was hearing all these birds while recording this, I was thinking of when I came here, I came to this like urban, I can say Johannesburg. That's large enough area. People hopefully won't be able to find me. um, when I got here, I was surprised at how many trees there were and how much vegetation there is. Because where I used to live on the coast, and there trees and grass and stuff wouldn't grow as well because it was sand and not soil. So when I got here, I just saw this like we were driving and I could just see the whole city. Like I felt like I could see the whole of Johannesburg, and it was just so there was just so many trees, and even the grass here. It's richer. It's a richer green. I absolutely love it. But I was really surprised by it because I was so used to having palm trees and then very dry grass that usually got replaced by artificial grass because it wasn't worth maintaining. Um, can I just mention how horrible that plastic grass is in my head? Okay. Um, that plastic grass is the worst thing. Not just because it's bad for the earth, I would think, unless if it's biodegradable, but I doubt it is. That um plastic grass. Whenever we would like play soccer and stuff, we would ruin the normal grass. So our school decided to replace it with the artificial grass. And when you would run on it, or it was really hot day, the heat from that plastic and rubber would just burn your feet. So everyone would just be sitting under the shade because the grass would burn your feet. I absolutely hated that. And the little pieces of like rubber that they use like as soil would like get stuck to my socks. So my mom was constantly trying to like get these little black pieces off my white socks because we had to wear white socks and had to replace socks all the time. And it was just horrible. I'd rather play in the sand than on artificial grass. Um, yeah. So this is coming to an end. I'm just putting in the white lines. I really love how this turned out. I think it fits my theme very well. So one part of the theme for my birthday is the tropical theme, which is in my January monthly planner setup thing. And the other half is this bowling alley neon theme. I don't put any plans in this part of the in this video at all because this is more of a setup and I don't have many plans. And if you want to see my plans, they're in the other planner setup thing. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give a like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. Putting it into the book so you can see how it all comes together. I also made some clips. I'll insert a picture here of how it looks finished in high quality. So, bye.